Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to Beyond the Boundary, your daily guide to what's happening in the Indian Premier League 2025 season. And as always, I've got my colleague Tanuj Lakhina joining us tonight on the show. One sided affair. It was supposed to be the mega clash between the Prince and the King, but both the Prince and the King did not fire. It was instead the Prime Minister who fired. Welcome to the show, Tanuj. What do you make of this one sided contest between Bengaluru and Gujarat?
Yeah, as we discussed yesterday, that this was going to be the Bangalore's maybe the one big test of how they fare in home conditions, and maybe it's fair to say that they got it wrong, and Gujarat were smarter about how they went by, especially in the power play where GT were very smart about how they were cautious and not taking risks when they were chasing the 170 run total in comparison to Bangalore, who went for sort of the big runs, the big hits from the get go, which did not work out in their favor. And that I think was the main difference between the two sides by the end of it. Even if Bangalore had maybe gotten it more, scored more, I think Gujarat were in good control to chase even say another 20 runs.
Yeah, let's look at the batting card. For example, now we've got RCB making just 169 for 8. They were reduced to 42 for 4, losing the top order for next to nothing thanks to Mohammad Siraj and Arshad Khan and Ishan Sharma then picking up the skipper Rajat Patidar cheaply. Then there was a partnership between Liam Livingston and Jitesh Sharma. Jitesh Sharma was very creative in his approach, but Liam Livingston was explosive in his approach, especially being partial towards Rashid Khan. And towards the end, you had Tim David scoring a brisk 32 of just 18 deliveries. But it was never going to be in a 169 was never a target that was
Yeah.
going to trouble Gujarat Titans. Considering the bowling performance by Gujarat Titans was done by the spinner, especially Sai Kishore, who was tremendous. There was no spinner in the RCB lineup who could trouble Gujarat Titans. Of course, Mohammad Siraj did well, but there was no corresponding spinner to turn things around for RCB, despite the fact that Rashid Khan went for plenty on this pitch.
Yeah, I think after Gujarat started slowly and cautiously, Bangalore had needed someone to chip in with wickets or keep the scoring rate low during the middle overs. Unfortunately, they didn't have the option, like you said. They were not able to reduce. They were not able to use the ball smartly. They were banging the ball short, which was never going to be the best option or the idea on such a pitch where the ball was slowing down as it came. So it RCB sort of played it into Gujarat's hands after a point.
Yeah, if you look at the RCB Gujarat innings, Sai Sudarshan played a steady innings, but it was really the partnership between Sharfin Rutherford and Joss Butler that really turned the tide completely in favor of Gujarat Titans. Joss Butler remaining unbeaten once again, 73 of just 39 deliveries, 5 boundaries, and 6 sixes in his innings, including two of Josh Hazelwood in that 18th over when the innings ended, and then Sharfin Rutherford also proving to be very aggressive with an unbeaten 30 of 18. None of the bowlers provided any kind of joy uh, to Gujarat to RCB, so it became very easy for Gujarat to pocket 2 points. Bhuvneshwar Kumar obviously picked up one wicket, but he didn't have enough support from the other bowlers. The lack of spin bowling resources, lack of a big total really played a part in Bengaluru not being able to close out this match.
Yeah, I think a combination of both those things didn't work in Bangalore's favor. They probably got the conditions wrong. They didn't have the best of starts in the power play when they were batting first, and during the middle overs when they were chasing a total, defending a total which was not the biggest. So they needed someone to either pick in wickets early or someone to contain runs after the power play. They didn't get any of those things right, and That is the difference between the two sides. 8 wicket win for Gujarat with 13 balls to spare.
Yeah, if you look at the points table now, RCB finally has a defeat next to their name. So they've been brought down to like planet Earth after that defeat today. But they're still on third place. Punjab now is on the top, followed by Delhi and then RCB. And Gujarat now has come up to the fourth spot. Everything to play for, especially tomorrow when we have another blockbuster clash between Kolkata Knight Riders and Sunrisers Hyderabad. We are back again at Eden Gardens. It's going to be a curious clash between these two sides, considering that both teams are coming off deflating defeats in their previous contest. So it's going to be an interesting battle of wits in this contest.
Yeah, I am curious how Sunrisers picks themselves up after, especially after how they started the tournament, scoring 286, and then they've sort of lost their way ever since. Ishan Kishan had a great start, had a mare since. So it'll be interesting to see how they pick up themselves, especially, I mean, deflating defeats. You can how you pick up from those things, especially in a tournament like this, is going to be the difference between you bowing out in the league stage and going off into the playoffs. That is going to be interesting to see. So um, we move on to the the big challenge, if you will, of choosing the fantasy 11. Once again, let's have you do the honors, do the difficult part of this job. Let's have your fantasy 11 for KKR versus SRH tomorrow.
I am okay. Here we go. Let me start. I'm obviously starting with Quinton de Kock at the top of the order, the wicket keeper. He's had one big knock, so he's somebody to reckon with. I'm going with Travis Head as his partner from Sunrisers Hyderabad. I am quite impressed by two youngsters on either side. One is Aniket Verma from Sunrisers
Yeah.
Hyderabad. Full marks to the Sunrisers Hyderabad scouting team to pick this guy because he's been fantastic so far. He's looked the part. Then I'm going with Ankush Raghuvanshi, another youngster who's acquitted himself well. Then I'm going for a bit of power. Henrik Klassen, the SRH
Mhm.
blaster, and he could be a dangerous customer on this small pitch at small ground at Eden Gardens,
Guns, yeah.
followed by Nitish Kumar Reddy, because I think that his medium pace and his batting and fielding could be a useful combination to
Mhm.
have. Then I'm
Yeah.
switching to the ballers with Pat Cummins as the captain because I think that he's a smart captain and he has led his side very well. Followed by Harshal Patel, who's underrated but he's a very clever bowler in the T20 format. I'm going with Harshit Rana as the other fast medium bowler in the lineup. And to round it off, I'm going to have Mohammad Shami as the other fast bowler. And
Mm.
we'll also have Varun Chakravarti as the wicket taking spinner because I think Varun's the most important element in this lineup if you look at it very closely. The lineup is heavily loaded in favor of Sunrisers Hyderabad, but that's
Yeah.
the way the cookie crumbles right now because they are a form side. The impact player was a name that I kept wrestling with. Ultimately, I went with the name of Ramandeep Singh because I think that he's a useful cricketer to have in that middle order, and I think that it's good to have that kind of a cricketer who can bring up the rear in this lineup. What do you make of this lineup? Any queries? Any comments?
I quite like the lineup. I'm very how much Ramandeep brings in, whether he gets game time in the first place, how much of a contribution he makes will be interesting. I'm just curious how that you've not gone with Ishan Kishan in this lineup. Um, has his stock fallen in the last
No,
two, 3 games?
I think that you when you already have actually if you have three wicket keepers in Quinton de Kock, Travis Head, Henrik Klassen, you don't need another one. And then because the
Well
younger
put.
players are doing quite well, I
Mm,
decided to go with them in my lineup. I think they are the form players. Ishan Kishan
yeah.
started off well, but has tapered off. after the first
Yeah.
game, and that can happen. Maybe he comes back into our fantasy 11 later on.
Mhm.
Let's see what happens in the later games. But overall, you're happy with this fantasy 11 plus that impact player.
Yeah, looks good. Looks good. It's just what our viewers think of our Fantasy 11 will be interesting. They're free to go with this option, or they're free to chop and change what they deem right, depending on the platform that they use.
Yeah.
This is our choice, and this is strictly our suggestion of what you should go with for the match tomorrow between Kolkata and Sunrise Hyderabad.
Now the big question, Tanuj, who's winning, Hyderabad or KKR?
uh, I think Hyderabad have it the more resolute of a combined setup to make to go all the way.
Yeah, I also agree with you. I think that Hyderabad is the team, better team right now, much more balanced team, and much more settled team than Kolkata. So I
Yeah.
think we both agree on. We yesterday also we agreed
Correct.
on it. Yeah, today also we've agreed on the choice because it's very difficult to look past form in front of your eyes.
Yeah, yeah,
You can't just pick something just for the heck of it. So I
yeah,
think that we've done our bit, but it's up to the viewers watching us right now on TOI Sports to decide and come up with their own choices for the fantasy and also for the winner of this contest. Remember, wherever you're watching us, remember to like, share, and subscribe us. And more importantly, if you're watching us on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, and do not forget to press the notification bell. That's it from Tanuj and I. Tanuj, have a good night. We'll be back again
yeah.
tomorrow, both of us, with yet another show after tomorrow's game, after this Kolkata versus Hyderabad game. And we'll analyze whether Tanuj and I got it right or did we go horribly wrong. Till then, take good care of yourselves. Good night.
Good night.